Hi, everybody. So I want to talk to you about ledger lines. And before we do that, we should review some things about the staff. Up at the top here, I've got the musical alphabet. In music, we use 7 letters: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's our entire musical alphabet. Once we get to G, we go back to the beginning, okay, to A, and we just recycle through those letters. Now, the thing that can be a little bit confusing about the treble clef here is it doesn't start on A. It starts on E. Our bottom line is E, okay? And so when we go through E, F, G, we get to G, and that G is our last letter. So our next letter has to be A. We go back to the beginning, like I said. So we're continuing with the second space, A, B, C, D, E, and F. So sometimes we want notes that are higher than this. Okay, that F would, if I were to play these letters here, we'd have. But what if I want notes that are higher than that? Maybe G. That one, there. Well, it's the next space after F. There's no line going through it, so it is a space note. And so we look at, to name it, and I know I already told you the name, but we look at our musical alphabet. The next letter is G. So our first note above the staff is G, and I'll do the ledger lines in blue here. Okay. Now, if we want to go after that, if we want to go higher than that, say to this note, well, we add a line. I've already added it here. It's a short line. This is called the ledger line. And one ledger line above the staff, I can put a note on it. And so now to name it, I need to go back to my musical alphabet. Our last note that we had was G. There it is there. So I said when you run out of letters, you got to go back to the beginning. So our first ledger line is A. And we could go higher than that, which we're going to do. So let me get my black. I'm going to add a ledger line. Okay. I'm not going to put a note on that ledger line because that would be A. I'm going to put it in the space above the ledger line. And then we just go back to our musical alphabet. Our last note was A. The next letter after A is B. So this has to be B. Okay. Let's do one more ledger line. Let's do 2 ledger lines above the staff. Add my first ledger line. Add my second ledger line because this is the one we want. Put my note on it. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of space between my staves here, so it's getting a little close. To name that note, we just go to the next note, next letter in our musical alphabet. We were at B, so our second ledger line is C. And we just can keep doing that. If you want to keep adding ledger lines, you just keep going through the alphabet. Okay. We also need to look at ledger lines below the staff because this E here on a piano, it would be there, but we might want to play down here, somewhere in there, and we might not want to go into bass clef yet. So when we do that, so our first line is E, so I'm going to add a space, the next space note below E, there it is. When we're going below the staff and we're going to name the notes, we have to think backwards with our musical alphabet. So here's E. I'm going to point to E. We're going to go backwards. We're going to go to the left. So I'll just do it that way. Okay? So the first note below the staff is D. Okay, let's add a ledger line. So 1 ledger line below the staff. Okay. Let's go backwards again. So we're left off at D. So we're at C. 1 ledger line is C. Okay. The next note would be a space note, not a line note. Still have to put the ledger line there to identify the position of that note. Okay, let's go backwards one more note. So from C back one is going to be B. Okay, then just like we did above the staff, below the staff we'll go to 2 ledger lines. Add the first ledger line, add the second ledger line, add the note to that ledger line, go backwards in order. Okay, so this ledger line is A, right? So we're going 1 back from B. You can go to 3 ledger lines, 4 ledger lines, and so on. This is the way you do it. I don't have enough room to do it here, but that's how you do it. Okay? In another video, I am going to do bass clef separately from the treble clef. Okay? I hope this helps you understand ledger lines. Okay? Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.